Hi again, everybody, and welcome into this Major Arena Soccer League broadcast on CBS Sports Golazo, alongside my broadcast partner, Eric Bergerud. I'm Nick Vassos. It is a doubleheader Friday night. Kansas City and Milwaukee in Game 1, and then Empire hosts San Diego a little bit later on tonight. Well, Kansas City got 2 points over the weekend after an overtime victory in Utica. Meantime, Milwaukee's season opener, they went on the road in San Diego and got a win. But let's first talk about Kansas City and Milwaukee. These two iconic franchises have had quite the games over the years.
So they played 130 regular season games since the 91-92 season. Milwaukee has won 75 of those. But Milwaukee has been struggling here at Dahmer Arena in recent years, haven't won since 2019. Kansas City needs to hold home advantage tonight.
And the game may be decided by its keepers. And boy, we have a pair of good ones. Let's first talk about Milwaukee's keeper, Eric.
Both goalkeepers have already won Player of the Week awards. Willie B, your favorite, William Bonahene, kept the 16-time champions down in the second half. Last game, made some remarkable saves. He's going to have to come up big today for the Wave.
And the Kansas City keeper, he's played in every game so far this season.
Philip Ejimadu, Week 1 Player of the Week, had the game-winning assist the other night. Once again, this is going to be a battle. Two terrific goalkeepers. Let the best team win.
We've got a dandy in store for you here, so buckle up, sit tight. It's Kansas City and Milwaukee renewing their rivalry on CBS Sports Golazo.
The Bonavia at Withers Farm. Brand new 1- and 2-bedroom apartments in Liberty, and the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Enjoy modern luxury living. From spacious walk-in closets to a 24-hour fitness center, we have you covered. And yes, your pets are welcome too. Stop by or visit us online to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home at the Bonavia at Withers Farm.
At Furniture Options, we make it easy to get comfortable fast. From individuals to businesses, we provide stylish, ready-to-live-in furniture within 2 business days. Choose your package, set your schedule. We'll take care of the heavy lifting. Furniture Options. Temporary furniture. Real comfort. Visit FurnitureOptions.com to get started.
Nobody does sports medicine like OSI does, which is why we are now the official sports medicine provider of the Kansas City Comets. We believe in a comprehensive, whole-person approach to medical care. We put in the work off the field so our players can succeed on the field.
The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on CBS Sports Golazo Network. MITRE is the official game supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Dahmer Arena in the middle of America, just outside of Kansas City and Independence. We welcome you in. Kansas City with a record of 3-1. They're at the top of the table early in this MASL season with 8 points. They're going to be running with their longtime rival, the Milwaukee Wave, coming off an impressive 8-4 win against the San Diego Sockers out on the road. Milwaukee coming in 1-0. They earned a full 3 points out in California.
So we talked earlier, all time, these teams have played each other a lot going back to the 91-92 season. What's interesting is Keith Tozer was coaching in Kansas City that year, flipped to Milwaukee in 92-93, and since 92, there have only been 3 head coaches in the Milwaukee Waves franchise. Keith Tozer, Giuliano Avero, and the newest head coach, whom we talked to before the game, Marcio Leite.
There's Kansas City's head coach, Stefan Stokic. He's in his third year, and in his first 2 years, he's taken Kansas City into postseason. 2 years ago, he took the Comets to the MASL Finals only to lose to Chihuahua. And then last year, the Milwaukee Wave knocking out Kansas City in the quarterfinals of the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. There's the Comets starting keeper, Philip Ejimadu, who was off to a good start. We talked about it in pregame, Eric. Goalkeepers is one of your favorite topics, and they could decide the game here tonight.
Absolutely, and we saw in week one Ejimadu come up big. Probably defensively gave up a few more goals than he would have liked to last week, but then we saw William Bonahene in San Diego lock down that 16-time champion team, Milwaukee, the first win against the Sockers in like 10 years or something. Was really significant.
Yeah, and Marcio Leite was on that team. We asked him before the game. He doesn't remember that game. But Marcio and his coaching staff, Jonathan Greenfield and Daniel Matos, a couple of his very good friends from his playing days. 18 years as part of the Wave organization. 16 as a player, 1 as an assistant coach, and now he is the head coach.
Well, and you talk about the rivalry in these teams, and the last time Milwaukee won here, a regular season game, you may or may not remember, this was my first year announcing with you. The Wave won 7-6 in overtime. The game-winning goal was scored by Wave defender Chad Vandergriff.
Wow. How about that?
So how things change, but there's a lot of respect between these two teams. Yeah. There's a lot of animosity between these two fan bases, which kind of spills out online. But it's going to be a rockin' Cable Dahmer Arena today.
Nearly full house here tonight.
Nearly full house here, and both teams, obviously the Comets love playing in front of their home fans, but Marcio Leite told us before the game, when he was a player, he loved playing against big crowds on the road. Milwaukee, 2nd of 3 on the road to start out this season.
So this game also could come down to execution. These two teams have played so many times against one another. They know each other so well. They know each other's tendencies. So it could be who performs better, who executes their game plan better, which might be the difference. There's Mikey Lennis. Congratulations, Mr. Lennis. He got married a couple of weeks ago, and now he is back on the team and back out on the floor for the Comets.
Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. And we are ready to start, Nick Vassos.
All right, our officials tonight, the crew chief is Daniel Radford in his 5th year. He'll run with Drew Klemp in his 3rd year as a referee in the MASL. The assistant referee is Isad Osmanovic in his 8th year. Philip Gomez, the 4th official, and Maggie Beerfellow is in the penalty box. We are underway. Milwaukee coming in wearing their black tops, black shorts, black socks, trimmed in yellow. They'll sit it down to the near side to Derek Huffman. Comets come out wearing their red tops, red shorts, and red socks. There's Mario Alvarez, Super Mario. He's in his 11th year. Leave it for Sanchez. Sanchez had an MVP-like season last year. Wall pass back to Sanchez. Sanchez walks it in. That one blocked by Mikey Lennis. Rebound shot save. Ejimadu. Comets challenged early, and their defense holds.
What do they say in hockey? Kick, save, and a beauty.
For sure.
But already you can see them trying to get the ball to Sanchez. Mikey Lennis took one for the team. I think he blocked a shot with his face, but this has been part of the Comets routine the last couple of years. Let's take a look at the replay. Huffman, good ball into Sanchez, right on his foot, goes toe poke. Actually, it was a little bit lower, hit him in the chest. And then Ian Bennett, kick save by Philip Ejimadu.
Ian Bennett playing in his 223rd game. 422 goals, 515 points. 2-time MVP. Does he age? Does he age at all? The answer is no.
95 goals against the Comets, 18 hat tricks against the Comets over that illustrious career.
One of the best all-time, Ian Bennett. He goes off. As Milwaukee moves it right to left, this time into the corner. Here's their newcomer here, Oscar Flores. He plays it away from the goal to Sanchez. A tease one up from distance beyond the yellow line up into the netting.
And Flores, we absolutely need to keep an eye on as an upcoming star in this league. 2 goals in his debut game against San Diego. And what we heard from Coach Leite, he doesn't play like a rookie.
Comet player goes down. Both teams play on. No call by the officials. And here comes Milwaukee again. Down the left side, it's Carvalho. Ricardo Carvalho, he's in his 11th year. Tracking back Correa. And he'll funnel it back to Bonahene. Willie B out towards the half line. Vandergriff heads it back in. Palmer went up for the header. And then a foul called on Milwaukee as he knocks Souza down to the ground. Kansas City here on the restart here. 12:55 here in just the early few minutes of this one. Kansas City and Milwaukee. We've got a doubleheader. It's Empire and San Diego coming up right after our game, so don't go anywhere. Mijatovic, left side, Leo Acosta back for the Comets after a 3-game suspension for striking. There's a drive from the left wing by Mikey Lennis up and over the glass, turned over to Milwaukee.
Both these teams play Sunday. Milwaukee at St. Louis. Kansas City has to leave at dark 30 tomorrow morning to head to Utica for a Sunday game. And you're going to see some players here not dressed today who we expect to play on Sunday in Utica. When you have some depth in your roster, it gives you some flexibility on your 16 selection.
This could turn out to be a big advantage for the Comets. No Marcel Berry, Nathan Dirtle, LeBaron Holloman, Jacob Garza, or Wainwright. All those players are on the bench, and Comets still have 16 players to field for a game against Milwaukee. So Stefan Stokic is having the ability to kind of pick and choose his lineup and also practice a little load management for his team.
And Jacob Garza may just be the most popular person in Utica these days. So
he sure has been impressive early on this season. Here's Sanchez accepting the pass, gets it over to Bennett. Bennett lifts it up into the air for Derek Huffman. Pino with a touch on it. Huffman takes it off the boards, plays it away from the goal to Mario. Alvarez to Tony Walls. Now over to Sanchez.
How many Tony Walls games have you called over the year?
Oh, my gosh. Yep. Tony Walls, I mean, he's in his 13th year. Down to the left wing corner, Huffman's got it. Pinballing around, out top, Bennett shoots, save! Ejimadu, another kick save and a beauty. Ian Bennett's got 2 good shots off, and Ejimadu has saved them both.
Think you can predict the MASL? Head over to nxtbets.com to place your wagers on all the MASL action this season.
Alvarez, far side for Sanchez. Sanchez rolled into the target to Huffman. Huffman right back to Sanchez, but good defensive play by Mikey Lennis. Picks up the loose ball, tries to go around Huffman. Huffman banged him into the boards, and it's a foul on Derek Huffman. Huffman from Elgin, Illinois. Shall we say he's a fan favorite, Eric?
You could say that, but he also is a good recruiter because he identified and brought to Marcio Leite's attention Oscar Flores, who had been playing in Chicago.
Here's Reggett with his first touch. Out wide, shot, goal! Reggett lays it off to El Capitan, Nacho Flores. Comets lead, 1-0.
Once again, Ejimadu, entry pass, finds Reggett, has Max Ferdinand on his back, spins out of it, top shelf.
Where Grandma keeps the cookies.
Look one more time, laid it so that Nacho could just turn his body, run onto it on his right foot, and it's 1-0 for the home team.
Nacho gets his first goal of the season for Zach Reggett. Zach picks up his 4th assist. So far, he now has 9 points on the year.
We are under review. So challenge flag thrown by Marcio Leite. We're going to take a look.
Wonder what you think Marcio might have seen here. Maybe a foul before the play?
Take a look. So here's Reggett. I don't know if they're thinking maybe Ramirez with a foul. Yeah, here you watch this play through. Here comes Ramirez through. Maybe they're looking at Ramirez hands up. We'll see what the call is.
After review, the ball on the field stands. There is no foul in the buildup. The goal is good. Milwaukee loses their challenge.
Daniel Radford making the call for us here at Cable Dahmer Arena. So Milwaukee will lose their challenge flag. And the goal will stand. 1-0 Kansas City. Nacho Flores.
Coach Leite didn't like that. You could see him shaking his head there on the live response, but the goal stands. And we're going to talk about controversial calls in the fourth quarter because Kansas City was involved in one on Sunday in Utica, and it led to the first under review fan poll, which had some interesting results.
Into the corner, Mijatovic trying to chest it to Ejimadu, and Andre Hain knocks Mijatovic down to the ground. A couple big bodies there.
I was going to say, those are some big guys there.
So here comes Palmer. Ramon playing in his second game of the season. Over to Vandegrift. Souza looking to get it into Palmer, knocked away by the Wave. Carvalho comes out with it. Here's Ricardo across the Comets' yellow line, swings it out near side for Coria. Coria back to Carvalho. Milwaukee will go for wholesale changes. Andre Hain stays out there, holds the ball, waits for teammates to hop onto the blue turf, the Silverstein Ice Center's field. Max Ferdinand out there once again playing for the Wave. 190 games, he has 324 points.
Good ball through.
Great ball from Steinwasser looking for Sanchez, picked off by the Comets.
Ferdinand playing deeper than we're used to. Has been the midfielder of choice for Milwaukee for years, but playing back tonight.
He lays it off to Hain. Hain toe pokes that one just wide. Pinball's out wide to the right. Comets are there. Get it up to Acosta. Here's Leo Acosta. His touch lets him down just a little bit. He'll slow it down back to Pino, and the Comets will set up their offense.
Milwaukee doing really good, getting 5 guys back, trying to stymie the Comets' transition game.
Kansas City 3-1 on the year, 8 points. And at the top of the table early on in this MASL season, Milwaukee 1-0. They got the full 3 points out in San Diego last weekend.
It's crazy to think is after this weekend, Kansas City will have played the first quarter of their season, just the way the schedule lays out.
And then ahead of them, they've got 4 straight games with St. Louis. Into the corner for Tetsane. Lacia stepping on the ball, posting up. Front and center it comes to Acosta. The Chicago native fires one from range. That one blocked by Max Ferdinand. Sanchez up with the ball, and he'll play it long into the corner as Milwaukee will go for changes. Tetsani retrieves the loose ball. Acosta near side for Pino. Pino fakes it. He's got Ludwig right in front of him. Also Tony Walls with some high pressure as well. Tetsane in the corner. Here comes Ludwig. Loose ball out front. Comets get back and hold the line.
Good job with Tony Walls on the press, and then almost turned into a Milwaukee goal. Off the wall of Scora. Comets living on the edge a little bit defensively here in the first quarter.
Here's the newcomer, Oscar Flores. Leaves it for a defender and then runs up the field.
Has experience in Venezuela and played for the under-23 team. So this is a quality player with an international pedigree making the transition to indoor, and look at him already.
Around the boards, scooped up there by Ejimadu. Ejimadu with a strong arm into the corner. Regan trying to settle it. Got a pair of black jerseys all over him. Steinwasser is there on top of the dashboard. Stays in play. Ejimadu showing some pretty good footwork there. Dancing on the yellow line to get it up towards the half line. And that one knocked out of bounds. Down by our Lux St. Lou, who we will hear from next. Time now, 6:57 left in this opening quarter. Comets get an early goal by Nacho Flores. Don't go anywhere. Comets and Wave coming right back on CBS Sports Golazo.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I call DM Law?
Because whether you have a $10,000 fender bender or a multi-million-dollar case, we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve. A client of ours was in a wreck and had a minor head injury. We were still able to put over $23,000 in his pocket. Another client of ours had a severe leg injury, and we got them $1.1 million.
Big case or small, Mike's got this.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Hurt in a car wreck? Call 405-900-9000.
One in there and almost deflected. Shot in the goal! It is Nacho! Comets win game one! He does the game winner! For the Dudes and for the Zords! Oh, Souza, and he
Welcome back to the Cable Dahmer Arena. MASL fans, tonight the Wave and the Comets are in the first period. It is a matchup between two of the reigning goalies of the week. William Benahene over there in the Milwaukee Wave, absolutely fantastic game against the San Diego Sockers. 10 saves on the night, keeping them competitive against one of the strongest offensive rosters in the league. Tonight we're going to see how he continues, sending it up to Nick and Eric in the booth.
All right, Lux, thanks. We'll check back with you again. Comets will have the ball, 6:57 to play in this opening frame. Nacho on back to Philip Ejimadu, and then quickly over to Palmer's got some space. Palmer looks far post, save is made by Willie B. And a foul called against Lucas Souza, who gets up on his feet and his hands in the air saying, what? Yep.
So I think what we're going to see is Milwaukee pressing Kansas City being forced to break the press, and then Kansas City has to somehow score on the transition to shake things up. But so far, the game's going the way. Check that out.
Oh, Sanchez!
You talked about him being MVP quality, and several people had him on their MVP ballots last year. Let's take a look at this. Pass in from Max Ferdinand. And pressure once again, double team, short side. Philip Ejimadu is going to want that back, but credit to Huffman and Sanchez. They've been doing this all day. They've seen something on tape, and it's working for them. And it got a little more quiet here at Cable Dahmer Arena, 1-1. Saucy Sanchez with a goal.
He can score anywhere on the field. He has such a powerful shot for a, shall we say, diminutive player. I mean, he really can smoke it.
Well, and we talked about Flores coming from Chicago, Sanchez coming from Chicago, Leo Acosta coming from Chicago. If I were a GM or a head coach in this league and I need to find players, I know where I'm driving.
I'm parking myself in Chicago. Acosta, he shoots, and that one blocked off the line by Tony Walls. Good play there by the veteran from Milwaukee. Make that Wauwatosa.
And obviously Derek Huffman now being the senior statesman from Chicago, that whole group.
Yep.
So
tied at 1, Comets with the ball. Over to their keeper, Ejimadu. Ejimadu, 3-1 on the season. Off the boards, it comes out to Steinwasser. The Steinwasser brothers, Alex and Javi, they both go off the field. Two brothers playing on the same team.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. And visit kccomets.com for Comets tickets, merchandise, and news.
5:26 to play in this opening frame. Level at 1. Mario Alvarez marked closely there by Christian Anderos. On back to Correa. Ian Bennett gives a little bit of help. IB26, the team captain, in his 16th year of professional indoor soccer. Now Alvarez will play it over to Ludwig. Max Lugvid gets the ball back. That one lost by the Wave.
Good
Alvarez
step up.
And they get it right back. Flores to Correa. Correa's got some open space near side Bennett. One touch. The window closes, and Ian Bennett will lay it off to Alvarez. Right side Correa looks inside for Flores. Oscar Flores marked closely by Vandegrift. Now swing it near side for Ian Bennett.
This game absolutely has the feel of the way Milwaukee prepared for this, and Kansas City absorbing some of the pressure, wanting to transition. You just have to execute, as you were saying, partner. It's all going to come down to who makes the big plays.
Flores tried to get one past Vandegrift. Chad put up the brick wall. Milwaukee maintains possession. Here comes Max Ferdinand back out on the floor. Ferdinand started his career in Baltimore back in 09. Here's Alvarez, Mario. A couple of veteran players out there. You think Mario Alvarez, 11 years, and then you got Max Ferdinand in his 16th year as a professional.
Another Chicago area, Aurora.
For sure.
Yep. Ball up.
Oh, Sanchez could not close the deal there on that one. Comets dodge some trouble and kick it away.
Dejimadu will absolutely want that goal back, but he's made some big saves, and they all seem to balance themselves out.
All right, this time try it for Huffman. Vandegrift with a shove on Huffman from behind. Milwaukee out front and center. Comets extend their defense out towards the half line. Lucas Souza on the back of Max Ferdinand, now into Huffman. Huffman giving ground, and he'll play it back to Milwaukee's side of the field. Ferdinand goes back to retrieve it.
And Milwaukee breaks the press and puts pressure on Kansas City coming the other way.
Here comes Asqueta. Asqueta off the boards. Ejimadu couldn't handle the rebound. It comes to Nacho, then Pino kicks it away on up to Reggett. Reggett shielding away the defender, and a foul is called on Javier Steinwasser. Javi in his 5th year as a member of the Milwaukee Wave.
Pretty easy foul to call.
His younger brother, Alex Steinwasser, in his 3rd year with the Wave. Palmer, whoa, what was that? Almost a back heel from Reggett. That one shot across the goal mouth. Milwaukee deep in Comet territory. Kansas City is going to be called for the foul. Ramon Palmer chopped down his opponent, and it'll be Wave ball. Here's the foul. Simple foul. Now Acosta, he gets it back, shoots, blocked. Flores, Nacho Flores sends one in. Not a lot of pace on that one. Easy save by Willie B. Comets extending their pressure.
Good play there by Ramon.
Palmer with the tackle on over to now Nacho trying to go top shelf again. That one just above the crossbar, and it comes out to Javier Steinwasser, and that one picked off by Acosta. And Mikey Lennox will just send it back into the Wave side of the field. Both teams will go for changes.
Ramon Palmer came in for a strong tackle right in front of the Wave bench. All the Wave players jumped up immediately. Legal play, and Comets couldn't convert.
1:05 to play in this opening quarter. It has been an intense matchup so far. Fans sitting in their seats waiting for some excitement to happen. Both teams playing it close to the vest. Here's Ludwig. Ludwig trying to get by Mikey Lennis. Lennis with a good defensive play. Ludwig still with the ball. Goes Wallace, Scora, and it stays in. Dom Francis on over to Anderos. Anderos on his horse, still going forward. No foul. 30 seconds to play.
There's a foul right there.
That one will go against Anderos.
The lights are bright and the fans are loud. It's the Milwaukee Wave taking on the Kansas City Comets. Stream it live on MASL Plus TV and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, live it again. Make sure to favorite your team to get instant updates on every game. That's MASLplus.tv.
Delay a game warning against Kansas City. Here's Milwaukee with 16 seconds left on the first quarter clock. Ian Bennett, he's had a couple of looks at the goal. Moving to his left. Knocked away by Van de Griff. Mijatovic on over to Marquez. Rion will hold the ball. 2 seconds left. Down the right side. There's the horn, and we are done with the first quarter. Kansas City and Milwaukee level at 1. Would you expect anything else? No. We're back for the second quarter after this.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastiavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics.
I have a beef with Phil Levanko.
Oh, what's your beef with him, partner?
I watched the latest edition of MASL Monday. How can you not have Rion Marquez not on the player of the week? He scored 3 goals, including the game winner in overtime, and Phil Levanko says, no, he's not on my list of player of the week. What is going on here? What are we doing, Eric?
Well, when you are the number one team in broadcasting, as Phil and Alex are in this league, I guess you can do anything you want, Nick.
And Alex, to his credit, called him out. He said, Phil, you're not even putting Rihanna on there? You're a Kansas City guy.
So he started this season trying to get in the Comets' good graces, and he's back to where he normally is with the Comets.
All right, both teams switch ends. Phil Ejimadu is on the far side. We've got Willoughby down here by us. Comets have the ball to begin the second quarter, and here we go. Quickly up to Ramon Palmer. He'll turn his back on Cesar Correa, all the way back to Guerrero Pino, near side for Lecia Tatsane. Tatsane looking into the target for Reggett. Tony Walls with a good defensive play there for Milwaukee. Up to Huffman, who lifts it back to Comet territory. Tatsane back there with Javier Steinwasser. Rolled into Ejimadu. Coming up at halftime, we're going to talk to Christian Anderos. We'll take you around the MASL in 5 minutes with Alex Bastiavansky. And don't forget, folks, this is a doubleheader Friday night. Right after our game, we're going to take you live out to the Inland Empire and check in with Philly, Artie, and Panda. They are going to have the call with Empire taking on the San Diego Sockers.
The 16-time champions.
Oh, that's right.
Save. 16-time champion San Diego Sockers. And some of the San Diego fans are starting to get a little bit, I don't want to say nervous, but when you're used to winning championships all the time and you find yourself not in first place.
And losing 2 straight at home.
Never had lost at Front Wave before that. I almost said Pachanga.
I know. I would have said it too.
Yep.
Old habits die hard. Here's Kansas City. Tetsane. Got it poked away. Lucas Souza trying to get it back in to Bennett. Back the other way, and then Max Ferdinand goes low against Guerrero Pino. Max Ferdinand, one of the just good sportsmanship. He's a real good guy. Won a couple championships, one with Baltimore.
Let's look at this from the field view.
And then also one with Milwaukee. Here's Marquez. Oh, he'll leave it for Tetsane. Tetsane, ding dong off the far post. Comets maintain possession. Comets being outshot right now, 9-5. Rian, current player of the week. Rian wanted the ball back there from Pino. Here's Pino. He'll get it to him this time. Rian into the area. Mikey Lennis battling with Ludwig. Now a shot from Lennis. Boy, Lennis, he is feeling it, isn't it? That one goes up and over the glass, and it'll be a goalkeeper distribution for Willie Bonahene. Wait a minute.
I'm just smiling at you, partner. The last game I missed here was the infamous Willie B game.
That might have been his
2020.
Yeah. Golly, that time flies. Carvalho, wall pass, and Flores fanned on the scorer. Here's Henry Ramirez. He's bumped from behind. Another foul called on Max. That's 2 quick fouls on Ferdinand.
Commissioner Keith Tozer checking in. He's been head coach both in Kansas City and Milwaukee, and so he's lived both sides of this rivalry. It's a great one.
Yeah, 22 years as the head coach in Milwaukee before handing the reins over to Giuliano Oliveira, who coached for 11, and now Marcio Leite. Great to hear from the commissioner, always.
A lot of indoor soccer history in both cities, too. This is the 40th year of indoor soccer in Kansas City, and you're 25th, which means you've been calling a lot of games, partner.
I tried to figure it out one day, and I stopped.
I took my fingers and I actually just counted them, and that's how I came up with 25.
Here's Correa trying to get past Francis. Knocked away, picked up by Anderos. Anderos driven into the boards by Huffman. Radford, blue card. Huffman's going to be sent off. And yet another controversy involving Derek Huffman. Here we go, folks. This is the last thing we need in this heated rivalry.
A few Milwaukee or Wisconsin natives there, and Tony Walls and Zach Reggett getting into it too. Anderos is just heading back to his bench. Nacho Flores is probably wanting a blue and a yellow. We'll see if we see a replay.
I think Nacho was talking to Huffman.
Yeah.
Watch this again, folks.
We'll take a look on the replay. So they were battling all the way down the field.
Oh, he threw him into the boards.
So we'll see if they think about this, and they can look on the replay.
Hey, let's go down to Lux, guys. If we can add Lux here, look at that. Hey, Lux, tell us what you saw from down there.
Oh, my God, that was absolutely brutal. It looked like they got tied up right here by the boards, and you could see that Anderos was getting upset, and as he started to push off, that's when Huffman really shoved him directly headfirst into the boards. That was brutal.
My opinion, they did get tangled up, and I'm sure if there's Milwaukee fans that are going to say, but Anderos started it here. Look, there's arms up from both players. They're battling, right? Battling.
Yep. Okay, there's one.
one.
There's one from
And
Anderos.
there's the push, right? So in my opinion, it's a blue and a yellow, but we'll see what the referees have to say.
Will they review it? Let's hear from Daniel Radford.
The call on the field. Number 31, Kansas City. Blue card.
Oh, they're giving one to Anderos, too.
Milwaukee player, red card.
And a red card to Huffman. That's probably, I think that's a fair assessment of that situation. And what's interesting now is you talked earlier about Leo Acosta getting suspended for 3 games by the DRC. Now the bar's been set in terms of what happens to you if you do something egregious, and that's pretty egregious too. Acosta, without a sort of a history of anything, was given a 3-game suspension. Huffman getting into it with the fans. And so it'll be interesting to see when we see the DRC, the Disciplinary Review Committee's report. They've had some experience in the past.
Yes, they have.
And we'll see what they have in mind this week. Again, here's the replay. Blocked by Francis. Anderos the other way. Anderos comes up high, above the shoulder, and then gets pushed in. So any contact above the shoulder, the referees are supposed to stop that. And so Anderos absolutely went high with the hand. The response was a little bit more intense there into the boards. And this is going to change the mood here. It's going to change how both teams play.
Poise. You're going to need to dial in some poise, boys. I'm telling you, everybody's got to take a deep breath.
We were talking with Matthew Radford before the game in terms of how you call this game. And so the referees might have to adjust here too, because who's apt to want to take matters in their own hands next? Radford and Drew Klemp are going to have to keep this game kind of from boiling over, because the fans are ready for it. Comets are ready for this.
Oh, my gosh. Another chapter being written here in this long-time storied rivalry between Kansas City and Milwaukee. 11:33 to play in the first half. Now, Anderos is in the penalty box. They'll have to put someone from Milwaukee in the other penalty box, won't they?
They will. And so just
It'll
to be clear,
4v4.
It's 4v4 for 2 minutes. In the old days, a red card was a 5-minute penalty. It's just a 2-minute penalty. So it'll be Oscar Flores serving for Huffman.
Gotcha. All right. So this will be interesting. This really opens things up when you lose a player from each side. There'll be a lot of space out there on the floor. And the Comets will have Palmer, Reggett, Mijatovic, and Souza out there. For Milwaukee, it'll be Walls, Javi Steinwasser, Esqueda, and Alex Steinwasser. So here we go. 2 minutes, 4v4. Mijatovic over there to Ejimadu. Ejimadu into the corner for Reggett. Reggett trying to do a bicycle, but blocked by Walls. Palmer gets the ball back, goes off the glass. Willie B can't hang on and tries to clear it. Now Mijatovic from downtown. That one off the window wide. Mijatovic. Willie B trying to get the counter going. And up off his line is Ejimadu. Now Esqueda. Esqueda trying to walk it in. Esqueda turned out wide. Goes Walla, no scorer. Javi Steinwasser picks up the loose ball and plays it front and center for Walls. Left side, Sanchez. Here is Sanchez down the left side, looking far post, and Ejimadu just got enough of it. 1 minute left on the 2 minutes on each side. Sanchez rolled into the box. Marquez is there. Lucas Souza dancing with the ball, lifts it out towards the half line. Alvarez holds it in for the Wave. Now near side it comes to Bennett, who shoots that one wide left. It comes off to Milwaukee. 38 seconds left on the dual penalties. Game knotted up at 1. Bennett shoots. Save made by Ejimadu. Rebound comes to the Comets. Just under 10 minutes to play in the first half. 22 seconds left on the penalties. Marquez stiff-arming Bennett away, leaves it back for Mijatovic. Marquez goes off. Reggett comes on. Mijatovic leaves it for Acosta. Acosta back from suspension. Served 3 games. Now penalty is over. Lennis and Anderos out with it. Here's Flores out of the box as well. Racing down to the corner. Picked up by Anderos. Here's Anderos poking it up to Acosta. Acosta looking for open space. Acosta plays it left side for Reggett. Took his eye off the ball and lost the handle. Now Alvarez will play it long. One hop. Will that go into the bench? It does.
So the last sequence shows that really smart by Coach Leite. Sometimes you put a goal scorer in the penalty box because sometimes the ball can just move in your direction. You can counter and score. And so that was exactly what they had in mind, putting Flores in to serve the red card penalty for Huffman.
Pino kicks the ball for Marquez. Headed back to the half line by Milwaukee. Acosta is there for the Comets. Healed back, but not strong enough. Tetsane.
And that was a 2. Yep.
Called for a penalty. 2 minutes
right
against Lucia Tetsane.
Good play by Steinwasser, trying to free himself off the boards here. You'll see it as this play comes out. He's trying to go past Tetsane. Tetsane absolutely not playing the ball. Right in front of Radford. Easy call, 2 minutes. The Wave will be on the power play.
All right, 2-minute power play coming up for Milwaukee. Comets on the season have killed 7 of 8 power plays, so they've been pretty good on penalty kill. That's an 86% percentage. Milwaukee on the power play of 1 of 3, but only 1 game, so a small sample size.
That 1 goal was a penalty kick goal. That St. Louis game here when Pino got called for a handball in the penalty box.
Here's Sanchez to the corner and back to Sanchez. Now left side for Bennett. Alvarez front and center, now down to Ian, runs up on it, goes off the boards. Ball loose out front. Here's Carvalho, shoots. Oh, it's saved off the line. Who was that? It's Pino. Pino flying across the line to block it.
Good job by Max looking for Carvalho. Got Ejimadu to commit down, and wow. It's been a season already of Comets heroics on the goal line. We saw this at St. Louis the first game, and you're seeing a little taste of it again today. And I think Henry Ramirez might have been there in case Pino didn't get there.
Great play by Guerrero Pino, who started his career in Kansas City. And, this is a timeout by Milwaukee. And Guerrero Pino, UMKC product from Kansas City, and played several years in San Diego before coming back. And here he is, helping out his keeper.
So announcers in the MASL prep for games in very different ways. And in the second game, you're going to see and hear from Christian Philly-Phileman, who spends hours and hours doing his game prep. But we do things a little differently here in Kansas City, including get a little help from our resident archivist, the Professor Brian Holland, who gives us on this date in Kansas City indoor soccer history. So on this date in 2020, the Comets made their first appearance of the season in the new Central Cup tournament and beat the Dallas Sidekicks 8-3.
Do you still have the Central Cup
I
on
still
your desk?
have some Milwaukee fans gave me a Central Cup to commemorate Kansas City being the only winner of that. So I have great friends up in Milwaukee.
That's awesome. Ferdinand to Sanchez. Back down to Ferdinand, but that one a little off the mark. Kansas City clears the zone. Sanchez tries to hold it in. It bounces off to Kansas City. On over to Marquez. Rion, 3 goals last week in Utica. Late in the game, including the game winner in overtime. Quick pass out to Marquez, who shoots, he scores! Marquez rubbed those hands! Kansas City 2, Milwaukee 1.
What's going to be interesting on the replay is Willie B went kick save, and I don't know if it was going wider or not, but it bounced off his foot and went in. We'll take a look at it. Anderos around to Vandergrift, looking far side, took one touch, shot, kicked, and went in. I think that was going in anyway. We'll take a look at it from one more angle. Vandergrift, back post, one touch, shot, goal.
All right, time to take a break. 7:47 left until halftime. Kansas City's retaking the lead. It's 2-1 on CBS Sports Golazo.
Welcome back to the Cable Dahmer Arena. About to start the second period here. Comets just went up right before the period ended 2-1. Philip Ejimadu in goal, having an excellent evening already. He's been really killing it over the last couple games. Obviously, the Black Friday weekend was stellar for him, but this past weekend he still managed to keep out Baltimore and Utica. It was a tough one for him. 35 saves, total 2 assists so far, 3 wins on the season. Nick and Eric, I know you're going to say goalkeeping when I say goalkeepers.
Right you are, Lux. Eric Bergrud, Nick Vassos. Lux on the sidelines. Milwaukee still has some power play time left. 27 seconds left. Bennett with a shot. Another save by Ejimadu. Kansas City clears it out. So 2 shorthanded goals for Rion Marquez, his 6th on the year. And with 10 seconds, here comes Milwaukee again. Alvarez down to Bennett. 3 seconds on the power play. Tetsane just about ready to come out. Ball loose out
And he's
front.
wide open if they get it to him.
And they do. Tetsane on the half line, up on his horse. He'll slow it down. And with 6:40 to play until halftime, goes off the boards. Good play by Benahane.
Good save.
Oh, Willie B, a good save there.
Just go Willie B, partner.
I'm going to.
There you go.
Francis to Reggett. Goal!
Zach Reggett says that's the way you use your head. We're going to watch on the replay. What a ball in from Dom Francis. Battle there. Ball put across to Francis. He sees back post. Let's go diagonal. Headed down. Willie B coming short side, trying to go up in the air. Take another look at it. Look at the precision on that pass. Reggett went downstairs, and it looks like there's a battle between Rion Marquez and Zach Reggett for the goal-scoring lead in the MASL.
Look at those two right there. Couple of fine players. Zach Reggett, number 6 on the year. Dom Francis, his second assist. Kansas City 3 and Milwaukee 1. Still a long way to go, folks. Coming up on 6 minutes to play in the first half. Tony Walls kicks it for Andre Hain. Back to Correa. Correa double teamed on the far boards. Nacho battling with Correa. Leave it for Ludwig. Forward it goes to Hain. Hain back to Correa. Near side it comes to Walls. Walls, one step past Ramon Palmer. Palmer called for the foul. Got his shoulder in there. Quick restart. Front and center to Javier Steinwasser. Now Walls. That was the second foul on Ramon Palmer. Left side Sanchez. Asquita. Now Walls. Back to Sanchez. Sanchez thought about it. He's got the left footer. He shoots and he scores. Sanchez his second on the night. And Milwaukee is back within 1.
Talking about Reggett and Marquez leading the league in goal scoring, Sanchez is saying, I just haven't played enough games. Give me some time, because this is number 2. Good ball movement, Tony Walls. And Sanchez is going to go one-on-one. Comes far side on Nacho, goes across the body. He can shoot left-footed, right-footed. Philip Ejimata is going to absolutely want that one back, because he thought he had it covered. And it went right underneath his arm, and he is hurting right now.
Guys, play that one back again, folks, and from the goal cam, and I want you to focus in on Philip Ejimatu's left leg. If we show the replay here, are they working on his left or his right? Okay. It looks like his left leg buckled just a bit when he was trying to make that save. We're trying to tee up the replay for you here in just 1 second. Yeah. Take a look at this, Eric.
Or look from
Watch the
behind
left
the goal.
leg.
So he tries to plant and then come across, and look at his knee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking nothing away from Sanchez. Well-deserved goal, but Comets fans holding their collective breath, hoping that Ejimatu will be back. And meanwhile, Julio Coronado warming up for the Comets. Nicolau Neto re-signed with the Comets, but you haven't seen him dress all year yet. So right now, Julio Coronado planted as the number 2.
So it's the ankle, and they have just put some tape on it. Ejimatu is going to give it a go. Here comes head coach Stefan Stokic. Have a little chat with his goalkeeper. And Phillips says he's okay. There's the tape. So Ejimatu's going to make a go of it here. Julio Coronado has not played a game.
Well, this season, he played a little bit. He played at Baltimore last season.
Yeah. But he doesn't have a lot of experience. He has a lot of promise. Comets think highly of him. So we'll see how things play out. Just another wrinkle in this game. 3-2, 5:18 left to play in the first half. Derek Huffman has been given a red card and kicked out of the game. 2 goals by Alex Sanchez. And 2 goals, a goal and an assist by Reggett, I should say.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X. While you're there, check out and follow the Comets social media feeds. Every goal is being tagged and posted on social media. So if you miss a few minutes, get on to MASL social media and you'll see the goal you missed. And Jack Williams has been keeping it up tonight and all season long.
Daniel Radford over there with the assistant referee, Isad Osmanovic, and they're looking at something right here. Maybe perhaps.
I can't tell if it's roster related or what they're looking at.
Okay, whatever it is, it looks like we are a go. All right, both teams even strength. Kansas City's ball. Back underway. There's Mijatovic. Ejimadu. He had to plant on that left leg and kick it with his right, and that one went out of bounds.
So it'll be interesting. It looked like Milwaukee, other than that first shot from Sanchez, is shooting low on Ejimadu tonight. It'd be interesting if they test him to see if he can plant his feet and dive successfully the rest of this game.
Oscar Flores, the rookie, the newcomer for Milwaukee, picks it up, plays it away from the goal. Max Ludwig enters the center circle from Stuttgart, Germany. On back to Mario Alvarez. Now back to Ludwig, 4.5 to play in the first half. Kansas City sitting back defensively right on the half line. Alvarez plays it to Ludwig. Ludwig walks it up. On back to Mario, tees one up high. That one just above the crossbar, and a handball called on Oscar Flores.
Delay game warning against Flores in Milwaukee. Drew Klemp will take that ball back behind the yellow line.
Mijatovic off the boards, up to Reggett. Reggett looking for someone to lay it off to. Into the corner. Comes off the boards right to Milwaukee. They can't clear. Tetsane holds it in, flicks it back to Reggett. Reggett fires one from distance, and Willie B got a piece of that one. Held in by Francis. Francis, a right footer. And that one pinned against the glass by Willie B.
He goes down to make one save and then goes high to make the other. And we've been highlighting goalkeepers.
Alvarez, front and center. Alvarez leaves it, shot by Haynes. Save made by Ejimadu.
Came way out of his box to cut down the angle.
3:22 to play in the first half.
Remember those days when Comets fans told Nicolau Neto to stay in your box? That seemed quaint, Nick.
I do. Tight game between these two teams. It was expected. Here's Hayne in the corner. Reggett with a mark on him. Gives it back to Correa. Marcio Lete looking over his team. Swing it near side Javier Steinwasser. Two players collapse on him, trying to dig it out of the boards. Ramirez and Tetsane are there, still battling for the ball. It comes out. Ramirez, now a whistle and a foul called against Milwaukee. Mijatovic having a conversation with Andre Hayne.
Is that supposed to be a flex?
Yes.
I think it's also safe to say there's some history between Stefan Mijatovic and the Milwaukee Wave, so I think Wave fans can attest to that.
Ejimadu just went down. You know, he's got that tape over the outside of his left shoe, and I think he slipped on the carpet. Steinwasser, meanwhile, trying to get it to Asqueta. Ejimadu's going to have to get a new tape job when he goes into the locker room. Here's Marquez. Marquez moving to his left. He shoots, and that one just wide.
Had it lined up, just hit it wide. 2-on-1, 3-on-2 opportunity here.
Here comes Hayne, gets it out to Sanchez. Sanchez runs up on the rebound, loose out front. And here's the second shot. Save! Ejimadu! Wow! One bad wheel, and he's making saves. A long throw Fought for in the midfield area. Under 2 minutes to play. Javi Steinwasser comes out with it. Forward to Flores. Flores blocked by Pino. That one out of bounds and off of Kansas City.
So cliche to say, partner, but a goal here for either team would be momentous.
92 seconds to play in the first half. Mijatovic.
Simple
foul.
foul.
Tripped up by Steinwasser. That's Alex Steinwasser. Good sportsmanship there from Alex. 1:24, clock back rolling again. Comets leading 3-2.
Another foul
by Flores.
The old-timer soccer fans will remember there used to be a rule about getting 6 fouls as a team would lead to a blue card, but that rule is one of those that used to be, and if it ever came back, we'd see a lot of people in the penalty box.
We would. 1:15, Mijatovic rolls it down the near touchline. Pino picks it up, plays it in the middle, looking for a streaking Mikey Lennis. Good defense. Oh, Acosta takes it back. Over to Marquez. One touch. Tried to thread the needle for Mijatovic. Flores back there for Milwaukee. Under 1 minute to play. Here's Marquez.
Good play by Ferdinand.
And stolen away by Alex Steinwasser, moving to his left. He shoots. Save, Ejimadu. Rebound. Max Ferdinand levels the game at 3.
Just what we were saying about 45 seconds ago, partner. You score a goal right before halftime, that changes the entire complexion of the game. Good pressure here from Ferdinand to win the ball, and then he followed the play. Steinwasser takes the first shot, save, follow the rebound. They teach you that when you're 7 years old.
Max Ferdinand with his first goal. That is 325 points for the 16-year veteran of professional indoor soccer. Now 42 seconds left for the Comets to do something. Can they retake the lead? Reggett marked closely by Tony Walls. Vandegrift over to Henry Ramirez, and a foul called on Milwaukee.
It's going to be interesting to watch the foul count in the second half because, yeah, they got rid of that rule where the team can't get 6 fouls, but absolutely still have the rule for individual players who get 6 fouls get ejected from the game. We'll see if these foul counts start impacting the game in the second half.
17 seconds. Here's Henry. Ramirez to Vandegrift. Funneled that one into Reggett, but Willie B pounced on it. 8 seconds left, and the Wave's going to have it. Steinwasser kicks one long into the corner. Carvalho is there. Horn sounds. No goal, and that's how we end, just like we started. Nothing decided. We're level at 3, Milwaukee and Kansas City. There's 2 former teammates down in Florida.
A terrific job by Milwaukee coming back after that red card, down 2 goals too, and to battle back to be tied 3-3. They got to be feeling really good about the momentum coming into the halftime in the second half.
Standing by for Lux to chat with head coach of the Comets, Stefan Stokic. She is with him now. Let's go to Lux.
Hey, Coach, we are level at the break. What do you think is going well and that you want to double down on in the second half?
I think in the moments that we decide to go forward, we're very creative and we attack, so we can't take that away from us right now.
What changes are you going to make in the halftime locker room?
I think we have to do better with our individual battles, and then once we get in the offensive third, to still be creative, a lot more movement. So,
good luck, Coach.
All right. Thank you, Lux. Thank you, Coach. We'll take a break, and we'll start our halftime show. We're going to visit with Christian Anderos. We'll take you around the league in 5 minutes and have some first half highlights. And we'll do that next.
Bonavia at Withers Farm, brand new 1 and 2 bedroom apartments in Liberty, and the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Enjoy modern luxury living. From spacious walk-in closets to a 24-hour fitness center, we have you covered. And yes, your pets are welcome too. Stop by or visit us online to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home at the Bonavia at Withers Farm.
At Furniture Options, we make it easy to get comfortable fast. From individuals to businesses, we provide stylish, ready-to-live-in furniture within 2 business days. Choose your package, set your schedule. We'll take care of the heavy lifting. Furniture Options. Temporary furniture. Real comfort. Visit FurnitureOptions.com to get started.
Hey friends, I'm here with Christian Anderos, midfielder for the Kansas City Comets. 6 goals in 4 games. First offensive player of the week for the MASL, and entering your 5th season here with the Comets. You're at a point now where people kind of expect a certain level of performance from you. How has your performance and your role here in the team changed from your first season to where you're at now?
Yeah, well, first, Lux, great to see you here. You guys are always putting on a great show.
Thank
so
you.
really happy to be here. You know, I'll be honest, I'm from Brazil, and people from Brazil love the playing with the ball style, right? So these are things that I constantly talk with coach, and I want those opportunities. And, well, been having my chances and just really trying to show him that I'm capable of doing it, that I'm capable of scoring and getting assists. Out of all these 5 years, I played as a defensive runner 4 of them. So, you know, it's a process, it's a change. So I understand coach, whatever he needs me to do, I'm going to do it. But for sure, if he gives me an opportunity on offense, people can expect goals and assists because I'm going to keep moving until I find my way to score. So.
We also expect the best celebrations. The last one, I absolutely loved you stirring your coffee and your tea up, shouting out to Cafe Corazon. Absolutely huge.
Thank you.
Now, last weekend, there were some really tough stretches of games there. When you're in these tough stretches, as a team, what do you guys do in the locker room to kind of change the momentum? And personally, what do you try to bring to the field to rally the guys?
Yeah. Honestly, it was a moment that I felt really proud of our team. Coming back from a tough loss like it was in Baltimore, it's never easy, right? But we set our minds in the correct spot, and we talked with each other. Coach had a great speech in the locker room, too, and I think it connected all of us. So, you know, I would say on my end, I think what I try to bring is most of the times is energy, right? Because I kind of have a lot in myself. But
the Tasmanian devil? Never. No,
right,
you?
Right. But I think beyond that is just, you know, there are moments where you just need to stick to your values, and coach has his values during practice. He shares with us, and then it's just basically following what he says. And I think sometimes that's what's necessary, to stick to the values of the team. Don't get split, you know, try to push it on a counter attack, try to go forward, and eventually the opportunities will come. So that's what I try to bring in.
Well, you do those things, hands down, you do those things very well. Being a part of the Kansas City Comets and being a part of the community, what does that mean to you? Because you are a former award winner. Let's get this Joseph Carroll Award winner. But what does it mean to you to be a Comet and be a part of the community?
Absolutely. Honestly, I love it. It's our soccer community. It's, you know, the Comets fans are the best fans in the league. And, you know, that's just common sense. Let's just be honest. And, you know, like being able to represent Kansas City, that was able to, you know, welcome me 8 years ago. And, you know, here's where I got my college degree. This is where I got married, you know, found the love of my life. And then here's where I get to play and enjoy soccer. So it means everything to me.
Well, thank you so much for being with me, Christian Anderos. You're going to play incredible for the rest of the evening tonight.
Thank you.
Go send it back to you guys. More Comets and Wave action coming up next.
Yes.
As the official hotel partner of the Kansas City Comets, AC Hotel Kansas City brings boutique energy to the heart of downtown. Inside the iconic Rialto building, you're surrounded by culture, flavor, and the city's biggest attractions. Make your next night downtown one to remember. AC Hotel Kansas City.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
Welcome to the annual Success on the Spectrum Autism Festival.
Autism Festival is a celebration of acceptance and community, hosted by Success on the Spectrums all over the country. This special event is all about bringing families together in a fun, supportive, and completely judgment-free environment. Here, individuals with autism can simply be themselves, surrounded by understanding, kindness, and joy. From exciting activities to local resources, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Join us as we create lasting memories and continue building a more inclusive world for all.
Shoot! He scores!
How goes it, folks? This is MASL in 5, back for another week. Hope everyone is doing great. Things are heating up across the league, and there are some big matchups happening this weekend. I've only got 5 minutes to fill you in, so let's get to it.
I doubt DeLima wants to be a footnote in Childs' history. Will he be the goalkeeper to make the save? Childs, welcome to the 300 Club, Craig Childs. Craig Childs, take a bow. You needed 2 goals to get to 300. You had 2 goals today. You now have 300.
Say it ain't so. Craig Childs, the legendary captain of the San Diego Sockers, has announced he will retire at the end of this season. Jeez, isn't there anything more for you to do, Craig? You're only the all-time leading scorer in Sockers history with 6 championships under your belt. I jest, of course. What a career. Last season, he surpassed the 500 career goal mark. The Sockers will honor Childs with a bobblehead giveaway on Alumni Night on February 7th. What a career Childs has had. That being said, him and his boys weren't too happy last weekend. They took on the Milwaukee Wave at home and dropped their 2nd consecutive game to start the campaign, falling 8-4. Milwaukee looked great, but when was the last time San Diego started a season 0-2? If you know the answer, please let us know. Kansas City, the Comets, were flying high heading into Baltimore after sweeping St. Louis in 2 games to start the season, but
can't touch it. Here comes Thomas. Thomas in on a break. Thomas shoots. Scores! Oh, the miscue off the restart. Jamie Thomas makes him pay.
The Blast was utterly dominant in their home opener, beating up on the Comets 11-3. Who saw that coming? Baltimore definitely opening some eyes around the league. Utica City had their season opener hosting the Comets the next day, and for a while, it was looking good for the boys in blue in this one.
Transition for Tyson Santos. Great ball ahead to Gerson. Gerson scores! And he celebrates a 2-0 lead.
They would stretch that lead to 3. The Blues were up by 2 with 2 minutes left, but they couldn't lock it down. KC tied it in the dying moments, and then Rion Marquez ripping the beauty home right there in overtime as the Comets avoid a disastrous weekend with the overtime win. Your updated scoring leaders after 2 weeks: Zach Riggett on top with 8 points, Teammate Anderos second with 6, tied with Rion Marquez. Charlie Gonzalez entering the conversation with 5 points. And new KC Comet, Dom Francis, adapting to his new surroundings with 5 points as well. A couple of big matchups to tell you about for this weekend. The first meeting of the season between KC and Milwaukee takes place. Old school MASL rivals. And after the Waves' dismantling of San Diego and the Comets getting smoked by Baltimore, this game could be an early indicator as to where the balance of power lies in the league this year. Also, those Blast will be in Tacoma for 2 games. It'll be our first look of the season at the Stars. How will they handle the hot starting Baltimore, and how will they fare after the departure of superstars Nick Pereira and Chris Toth? We shall soon find out. And your players of the week have been announced. In goal, Willie B from the Milwaukee Wave. Rion Marquez offensively from the KC Comets, and from Baltimore, Chad Porch getting the defensive honor. Let's start with Marquez, who was massive in their comeback win over UCFC. 3 goals, including the overtime winner, which we're about to show you in just a moment. Chad Porch, big in Baltimore's win over Comets the day before. 2 goals and 1 assist for the reigning MASL Rookie of the Year. And in goal, Willie B. Great in the Waves win over San Diego. Good ball dispersal throughout the game, and also he made the big saves when necessary, stopping 10 of 14 shots. Time now for your plays of the week.
2:20 left in the half. Charlie rips it in! Charlie!
Mijanovic had a shot into the wall earlier. This time lays it off, shot fired, what a save! Wilkin double, triple off the wall, and Utica City block it away. All on the defensive side of the ball. Pinal, little roulette, double roulette. Pinal, here's Gerson. That's the assist of the year. Gerson scores, but how about Junior Pinal?
Tackle there by Mijanovic. Oh, Reagan with the deflection, big save. Rodriguez says no again.
The way he kept it alive, tipped by Gonzalez, and that's the assist to Bennett. IB.
Looking long with the throw. Great throw from Ejimadu. Marquez scores! A shorthanded game winner for Kansas City, who win 8-7.
And that's all the time we've got for today. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the Major Arena Soccer League. Be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we'd love to see you at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
Our menu is handcrafted to have something for everyone.
Everyone.
My favorite, the Butter Burger Deluxe.
Definitely cheese curds.
Chocolate frozen custard.
From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We'll make all your favorites fresh.
Fresh.
Fresh just for you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Hey now, watch out, I'm a real star. See me from afar, shining like a shooting star. Hey now, watch out, I'm a real star.
When you have a financial partner that invests in every part of you, you can't help but feel like a star. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
One in there and almost deflected. Shot in the goal! It is Nacho! Comets win game 1. Out to Reagan. He does their game winner! For the Dudes and for the Zords! And he scores!
Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
Eric Bergrud, Nick Vassos, Lux St. Lou down on the sidelines at Silverstein Ice Center's field. Great to have you here. Thanks for spending part of your weekend with us. Keep in mind, it's a doubleheader Friday night. As soon as we're done here in Kansas City, we're going to take you out to the Inland Empire, where the Empire Strikers are hosting the San Diego Sockers. A little bit later on, we'll join Philly and the rest of his crew out there at Toyota Arena. It should be a good one. Had a great article on MASLsoccer.com featuring Marco Fabian and his quest to win an indoor title. He's won gold medals and has appeared in many World Cups, but now he's got his sights set on an indoor title. And Obasi ball seems to be working, and they got a pretty good team. They could do it.
Well, yeah, we joke a lot. Let me rephrase that. I joke a lot about the 16-time champions. I think we're going to find out about both those teams tonight. So San Diego isn't used to being where they are. I mean, it's happened historically, but not recently. And so they've won consistently at the Toyota Arena by 15. And so the pressure is going to be on them. But if you're Empire, they're expecting a big crowd tonight. They've had a hard time winning at home against San Diego, and so this will be the test to see, are they really past Big Brother's shadow, and are they ready to compete for the Ron Newman Cup? I think both teams have a lot to prove, not only to each other but to themselves, and it's going to be fascinating. Phil Salvaggio making adjustments versus Obasi ball.
Yep. And announced earlier this week, San Diego's longtime forward, legendary player Craig Childs announcing his retirement at the end of this season.
What a terrific player, and we saw him here in 2020 in the All-Star game here at Dahmer Arena, and he can score anywhere on the field. Granted, he's been more of a situational player the last couple years, but he puts himself in the right situation to score, and so whenever he's on the field, you have to respect that if you're the opposing team. And so I think what's interesting with Obasi ball is they dictate the pace and the flow of the game consistently, and you have to decide, are we going to try to play our game, or are we going to try to adjust and respond to their game? And so it'll be interesting to see how San Diego attacks that today. They were successful last year. It's a new season in 25-26.
And we'll join that broadcast just as soon as we are done here in Kansas City, right here on CBS Sports Colosso. We're set for the second half. We're tied at 3. Scoring leaders in the first half for Milwaukee, Alex Sanchez with 2 goals, Max Ferdinand with a goal. For Kansas City, Zach Reggett a goal and an assist, Rion Marquez with a goal, Nacho Flores with a goal. We're underway in the second half. Tied at 3. Milwaukee will move right to left. Forward it comes to Alvarez. Alvarez shoots from beyond the yellow line, blasted up into the netting. Goalkeeper distribution coming up to Philip Ejimadu. Yeah, it looks like Philip got that tape off the outside of his shoe and probably got a new tape job on that left ankle. He was doing some slipping on the turf late in the first half after he got a tape job. Pino comes over to gather the ball. A little bit too hard off his foot, out of bounds, back to Milwaukee. Comets are on their feet for the Culver's minute. If the Comets score here in the next 30 seconds, here's Flores dancing with the ball. Here's a shot trickling in! Milwaukee stays with it. No butter burgers for you, but the Wave have their first lead in the game.
And this starts with Flores. Entry pass, and he wins the ball in the corner. Makes Ejimadu commit, gets him on the ground. What a pass, and knowing that Sanchez was there. Watch this. Ejimadu's down. We're going to pass it on the ground. A little bit of a deflection off a defender, off the goalkeeper. They all count. It's 4-3 Wave.
So for Alvarez, that is his first goal of the season. His Well, now we've got a whistle at the other end of the field. It looks like Kansas City will have a restart. Nope, it's going to go to Milwaukee. Back to Milwaukee. They'll kick it out of their own end. Steinwasser on up to his brother Alex. Alex flicks it back to Esquita. Correction, Coria. Now Esquita's got it. Leaves it for Coria. Shot, goal. Esquita. Squid using his tentacles to go top shelf over Ejimadu, and it's 5-3, and the crowd has been hushed.
So we started with that big goal by Ferdinand at the end of the first half to draw Milwaukee even, and they've come out strong. Boom, boom, boom. Comets did not step up to Esquita, and he's like, fine, I'll take the shot. Dribble, 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 dribble. Mijatovic backs up. Why not? Top shelf. 5-3. Timeout Comets. We will stay right here. And I'll remind fans that MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. That's MASLsoccer.com. And Nick, we talked with Coach Leite. You talked to him about his first win as head coach and doing it at Front Wave Arena, and already we've seen that he's putting a stamp on the game. One of the things that he told you, which is interesting, is he coached under Julian Olivero, and you will see some similarities in terms of their coaching style, but he said, I want to do things just a little bit different, and you could see him putting his stamp on this team in the first two games. The pressure for sure, and the counterattack has been terrific, and after all the controversy or the hubbub in the first half, the game has settled down, and it's going the way Milwaukee wants.
It sure is. They have scored the last 3 goals. Ferdinand's goal, as Eric just pointed out late in the second, a key one to get the game level at 3. And then early on here, 2 goals in the first minute and first 90 seconds. And the Wave have taken the lead 5-3. And they are out shooting Kansas City 24-11. Willie B outlets it to Javier Steinwasser. Comets high pressure. Tetsane gets it. Leaves it over to Acosta. Acosta thought about going into the corner. Was shut down by Esquita. Now Pino, left side for Reggett. Reggett will go off. Here comes Marquez. Comets over to Palmer. Palmer racing down. Ball kind of gets away from him, and then he fouls Alex Steinwasser. Milwaukee ball, 12:36 to play in the third. Nacho hustles to intercept that ball. It bounces off the blue turf into Willie B. Comets again with some high pressure here. Little urgency for the men in red jerseys and red shorts, Red Sox. They get the ball back. And now on offense into Rian Marquez. Rian turns. Rubs those hands, and Comets are back within 1. Rian's second of the night.
So the Comets posted Rian Marquez up with his back against the goal. He slides over there. Acosta entry pass. Just a simple turn.
It's hard to stop that.
Sanchez was looking for help. You can see him a little frustrated after that. He was hoping, I think, Hayne would slide over quicker, and nothing that Sanchez could do defensively. It's 5-4.
Rian now has his 7th on the year already. Marquez, the reigning player of the week for his performance in Utica last weekend on Sunday. Comets trailed early in that game 3-0 and trailed really throughout most of the game and then came to life late in that contest with Marquez scoring 3 goals, including the game winner in overtime. Here's Sanchez. He'll lift one from long range, and Ejimadu pounces on the rebound.
And that ball knuckled a little bit, and that's why Ejimadu bobbled it and had to adjust. Again, Sanchez, he can shoot with both feet and shoot from anywhere, and already making a case that people ought to think about him as MVP this season.
Mijatovic into Reggett, pops it up into the air. Milwaukee kicks it away. Kansas City will maintain possession. Vandegrift back to Mijatovic. Left side for Lucas Souza. Lucas steps over, fires the left footer. That one just off the mark, wide to the right. Vandegrift picks up the rebound. Comets will recycle their offense. Here's Mikey Lennis. Into the target, it goes to Zach. Good defensive play, knocks it loose. Battle for the 50-50 ball. And still loose. Vandegrift up with it. Now a foul.
That's a foul on Vandegrift, not on Reggett. Watch it on the replay. Reggett in a battle. Won by Vandegrift. No foul called there, foul called there.
Yeah. That's Chad's first of the half. Another foul by Lucas Souza. He chops down Ludwig.
Big crowd here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Announced attendance, 5,026. I think we're going to have over 5,000 for sure at both games of this doubleheader on CBS Sports Golazo. So a great night for MASL action.
Comets moving left to right. Ramirez moves out wide to the right. Wall pass into the middle, looking for Anderos. Tetsane in the corner along with Javier Steinwasser. And both teams battling. It comes off to Kansas City. 10:20 to play in the third. 5-4 Milwaukee. Down the near touchline to Hendry Ramirez. Back to Tetsane. Here's Pino. Now Rian. Rian to Ramirez. It bounces back in towards Marquez. That one took a funny hop off the top of the dasher boards, and a foul now called
I think it'll be the
Milwaukee.
first one. It'll be the Walls foul there on Marquez. Take a look at the replay here.
Right you are, Eric.
It's that one,
right there, yep.
Not that one. It's the first one.
So Mijatovic will trigger the restart. Mijatovic out front, shot just wide. Costa has got a cannon of a foot. Could not put that one on frame. Ejimadu sends it back into Marquez. A good settles, got his back to the goal. Tony Walls marking him. Good matchup here between Marquez and Walls. Marquez still with the ball, able to softly roll it into Reggett. Reggett taken down and a foul called against Milwaukee.
Steinwasser is saying he put his arms around my back. How come I can't not get a break?
Reggett wanted a blue card.
Everybody wants something. Walls wanted a foul there. Didn't happen.
Mijatovic tried to split the difference. The ball sent in, pinballing around. Kicked out by Asqueta. Alex Steinwasser and Acosta from Kansas City give chase. Centering pass knocked away by the Comets. Quickly up to Acosta. Acosta fires. That one tailed away and hit the glass.
He was all on his own because Real Marquez was trying to get off the field, and so Marquez kind of watched Acosta take the shot.
Acosta
Marquez
goes
departed.
up. Palmer comes back in. Here's Max Ferdinand. He got to see his season's first goal earlier tonight. Under 9 to play in the third. 5-4 Milwaukee, who is slowing it down. Ferdinand tried to get it into the target, headed away by Kansas City. Anderos and Ferdinand both give chase. They feed it back to Willie B. He gets it out to Carvalho. Comets trying to knock it away, and a foul is called against the Comets.
And if Pino didn't step up there, Ian Bennett was going to thread that pass through, and the Wave were going to be off to the races. So great job by Willie B just getting the ball out. We saw the yellow card come out. And that is on Mr. Pino for what he said to Drew Klemp after that call.
The door is open. Pino is in the penalty box. So the Comets will be without the services of Guerrero Pino for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, they call it delay a game. Interesting, rather than dissent.
Comets trying to get some offense going. Milwaukee now turns on their offense, moving forward. Dom Francis knocks it away. Nacho on up to Palmer.
Good job by Ferdinand tracking back there to stop the counter once again.
After this game, the Comets will play 4 straight against St. Louis. Andre Hain from downtown. Great save, Echemadu. Rebound comes to Sanchez. Sanchez off the boards, right to Ramon Palmer of Kansas City, and then cleared out of bounds. And we'll have a media timeout. Let's take a break. 7:41 left to play in the third. We've got a good one here in Kansas City between the Comets and the Wave. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I call DM Law?
Because whether you have a $10,000 fender bender or a multi-million-dollar case, we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve. A client of ours was in a wreck and had a minor head injury. We were still able to put over $23,000 in his pocket. Another client of ours had a severe leg injury, and we got them $1.1 million.
Big case or small, Mike's got this.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Hurt in a car wreck? Call 405-900-9000.
The Bonavia at Withers Farm, brand new 1- and 2-bedroom apartments in Liberty, and the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Enjoy modern luxury living. From spacious walk-in closets to a 24-hour fitness center, we have you covered. And yes, your pets are welcome too. Stop by or visit us online to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home at the Bonavia at Withers Farm.
Welcome back to MASL Soccer here on this Friday night in Kansas City. The Wave are up 5-4. It is an intense match between this rivalry. We got the next game coming up here at home, Kansas City, December 27th against the St. Louis Ambush. Check MASLsoccer.com.
Here's Alvarez walking up on it. That one no good. Ball loose out front. Ian Bennett scores goals in Kansas City.
I think it's going to be Carvalho. Wallace scoring off a defender. And I think Carvalho will get credit for this. So watch this on the restart here. Ball comes across. Walla off the defender.
Yep.
One more time looking the other way. Carvalho just parked at the back post. He wants to come across, sees Ian Bennett there. And before the ball could get to Ian Bennett, off Ted Sane. 6-4 Wave.
Carvalho, his third on the year. He had 2 in San Diego, adds 1 here in Kansas City. Gives his team a 2-goal bulge.
Good things happen when you put the ball in the middle of the box. So all the respect to Carvalho making that play.
3 goals here in the third quarter for Milwaukee. And here they come again. Here's Coria. Out wide to Alex Steinwasser. Back to his brother Javier, his older brother. Javier in his 5th season from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Kicked high into the rafters of Cable Dahmer Arena. 1 hop off the blue turf out of bounds. And Philip Ejimadu will have that for the Comets. 6:55 to play in the third.
It's way too early to start talking 6 attacker partner, but we saw Coach Stokic go 6 attacker in Utica, a la something we've seen Milwaukee do against Kansas City here. And so if the score holds, it'd be interesting to see if Kansas City rolls the dice. That's going to be a 3-line pass. Another opportunity here for Milwaukee off a set piece.
So they'll bring it back down to the other end of the field. Place it right on the yellow line. That's 50 feet away from the goal. Comets will put a couple in the wall right at the top of the arc. See what happens here. Max Ferdinand behind the ball for the Wave. Deflects off of Reggett.
That could have gone in too.
Sure could have. Ejimadu with some quick reaction there. Throws it long for Reggett. Can he get it on the volley? Reggett cannot catch up with it. Carvalho was there stride for stride with Zach. But another dime thrown by Ejimadu.
Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear.
Carvalho was rather animated in his Capelli uniform as he left the field and onto the bench. Comets on the restart. Francis drives one into the wall.
4-on-2 opportunity here.
Here comes Milwaukee. Javier Steinwasser down the right side looking far post. And then the rebound by his brother Alex goes into the netting.
And you see what they're doing. They're sprinting every time there's a change in possession, and Kansas City just needs to be attentive defensively and not caught, but too far back in numbers.
Anderos in a full sprint trying to get to that ball. Tony Walls gets there first for the Wave. Then a double team by Kansas City. Walls smartly played it back to Willie B, but right to Tetsane. Tetsane shoots.
The ball was so in the box.
Yeah.
This is sort of the challenge when you watch not just indoor games, but soccer in general. It doesn't matter where your feet are. It matters where the ball is and where your hands are when your hands touch the ball. It was way in the box.
Into the corner looking for Andre Hain. Ejimadu out, underhands to Mikey Lennis. Here's Lennis with a little bit of space across the half line. Lennis moving to his left. Leaves it for Marquez. Back to Lennis, who shoots just wide left. Rebound gathered up by Bonahene.
Good give and go there. He just couldn't turn his ankle to direct it on goal. Went wide. No problem there for Willie B.
That one played long, and there was a foul called on Flores.
That's a delay of game warning against Milwaukee. I think the previous one was encroachment. And this is their first delay of game warning.
Mijatovic rolling it up for Reggett. Reggett gets pushed to the ground by Ferdinand. Ferdinand disagrees, but it'll be Kansas City ball with 5:16 to play in the third.
Reggett doing his best. Kim Runfett grab that ball. Referee will likely call the foul the other way.
Willie B lays it on the turf. Measures it and then kicks it into an open left wing corner. Bounces off the boards. Ejimadu will pick it up. Here comes some pressure from Milwaukee. Out to Henry Ramirez. Touchback for Nacho and then forward to Rion. Marquez runs on it in the left wing corner.
Correa giving him a battle. Foul's going to be called.
Correa called for the foul.
Good diagonal pass there from Nacho. It's just hard to defend against him unless you're a really big body.
Mijatovic on the ball. Thinks about going inside, leaves it outside. Francis
Good
tees
block.
one up and a good block, yeah, by Correa. Went down on the log roll. Off the glass, down onto the turf, Willie B. He's got it for Milwaukee. Third quarter action, 4:25. Wave leading by 2. Milwaukee fans hoping for 2 road wins to start their season. And boy, they'd be 2 good ones against San Diego and Kansas City if they can hang on here. Acosta with a drive, that one deflected wide. The Wave are going to be tested on the road to begin their season. They have 5 of their first 6 games on the road before they return back to Panther Arena. Here's Reggett. Reggett, one blocked by Max Ferdinand, still rolled, but right to Willie B. who's got it for the Wave, and he's up and throwing out to Asqueta. Asqueta tripped up on the blue turf into the corner, pushing Acosta down to the ground. Now Carvalho gets in there. Acosta still with it, but it comes out to Milwaukee. Left back for Bennett. Blocked by Vandergriff for the Comets.
And Ian Bennett wanted that pass just a little bit earlier because he had daylight.
Good pass from Acosta to Riyad.
Good
Marquez, his touch just a little too heavy.
The Comets are saying that was a back pass to the goalkeeper. Referee saying no, and we'll play on.
Comets need to get down the field. Here's Sanchez moving to his right. Sanchez leaves it over to Javier Steinwasser, down to Correa in the right wing corner. Correa away from the goal, back to Steinwasser. 3 minutes to play in the third. 3 minutes. Milwaukee by 2. Here's Sanchez. Alex has a pair of goals already tonight. Alvarez. Javi forward to Andre Hain. Taken away by Vandergriff. Healed back for Anderos. Christian goes to Ejimadu. Nacho then to Acosta. Too heavy a ball there, and it deflects back to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee will change 4 players. When you're up 2 goals, you can do whatever you want, Nick. Opportunity here.
Ferdinand. Back to Tony Walls. Milwaukee controlling possession here as we wind down the third. Ludwig. Now back to Bennett. Nacho kicks it away. The ball rebounds off to Anderos. Christian there all by himself. Francis comes to help. Comets will go for changes. Anderos takes the ball in himself. A collective gasp from the Cable Dahmer Arena crowd on that one. Tatsane over to Mikey Lennis. Now Tatsane. Here's Mijatovic. Lennis moves to his right. And out of bounds, but
Pino is his
coming out.
penalty came out, so they had a hold to get him off the field. That was a long 5 minutes.
Sure was.
Well, it's the dead ball after the 5 minutes, so he was on the bench for quite some time.
Just 54 seconds left here in the third. Milwaukee with the lead and the ball. Willoughby on out to Hain. Vandergriff a stride for stride. That one around the glass. Good reaction there by Ejimadu to clear it away. Milwaukee still has it on the half line. Chipped in. Vandergriff gets there first. He's back up on his feet to Ejimadu. Couldn't clear it away. Alvarez there shoots. And Mario, Super Mario, extends the Wave lead. It's 7-4.
Milwaukee firing on all cylinders. Just a dump in the corner. Ball gets back to Ejimadu, and Alvarez just calmly takes a touch, looks at Nacho standing there. He's going to go low, nothing that Ejimadu could do, and Ejimadu might have been slightly screened by Nacho. 7-4 Wave. Comets have all sorts of questions to figure out, and it'll be interesting to see when they do go 6th attacker.
22 seconds left in this third. Comets just having trouble getting their offense going. Foul called on Alex Steinwasser. Final seconds here in the third. Souza, long for Marquez. He headed that one on target. Willie B's got it, will hold on to it, and that's the horn. That's it for the third quarter. 2 goals by Milwaukee to close out this third quarter. They take a lead, a 3-goal lead, 7-4 here in Kansas City.
At Furniture Options, we make it easy to get comfortable fast. From individuals to businesses, we provide stylish, ready-to-live-in furniture within 2 business days. Choose your package, set your schedule. We'll take care of the heavy lifting. Furniture Options. Temporary furniture. Real comfort. Visit FurnitureOptions.com to get started.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
As the official hotel partner of the Kansas City Comets, AC Hotel Kansas City brings boutique energy to the heart of downtown. Inside the iconic Rialto building, you're surrounded by culture, flavor, and the city's biggest attractions. Make your next night downtown one to remember. AC Hotel Kansas City.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X.
Great to have you here wherever you might be watching from. Eric Bergerud, Nick Vassos, Lux St. Lou down on Silverstein Eye Center's field. It's a doubleheader Friday. Reminder coming up right after we're done here in Kansas City. We're going to take you out to the Inland Empire, where the Empire Strikers are hosting the San Diego Sockers. Philly, Artie, and Panda are standing by to bring you the action featuring Marco Fabian and the Empire Strikers, who are off to a good start this season. San Diego, 0-2, and they both lost at home, so an interesting matchup coming up.
Technically, partner 0-1-1.
Well.
They lost that first game in overtime, but they're still at 1 point, and
it's a
that's
loss.
not what you expect
It's
from
a
the San
loss.
Diego Sockers. That's correct.
All right, crowd trying to help out the home side, get back into this one. Comets have to go back to work here. They trail by 3. And it's an uphill climb. Quick foul called on Oscar Flores, the newcomer for Milwaukee.
He's been good.
He has. I would agree with Marcio. He doesn't play like a rookie, does he? Pretty confident out there on the floor.
Something Milwaukee's been really good at is getting younger players and getting them acclimated really quickly to the indoor game. We've said this over the years. It usually takes about 3 years to make that transition from the outdoor game to the indoor game. But you think about an Alex Sanchez or Flores both. Quick results.
Marquez taking on 2 players, and then Palmer came over, took a swipe at that, sent it wide. Now the ball loose. It goes, who to go off of? Radford said it went off Milwaukee, so it stays here. Comets are going to have a restart near the right wing corner. Maybe?
I think he
no.
pointed a goalkeeper distribution.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yep. Anderos, here he comes, moving right, runs right into Tony Walls.
Little heavy touch there, too.
Yeah. Walls.
We'll keep an eye on the Comets bench, Nick. 14 minutes left in the game, but it's not too early to start thinking about 6 attackers situationally.
Here's Sanchez. Wondering if the Comets might need a 6th attacker out there just to change things up a little bit. Milwaukee's defense has been really good. The Comets have not been able to string together any kind of possession where they can create some good opportunities on offense. It just hasn't been there. Here they come. Kansas City moving right to left. Tetsane into the corner for Reggett. That one right off the top of the dasher boards. Comes off to Hain. Hain with a couple touches. Up to Bennett. Bennett was banged to the ground by Pino. Foul called on Guerrero.
Take a look on the replay. It's a foul.
That's Pino's second of the half. Alvarez, who has 2 goals, lifts it forward. Kicked away by Kansas City, held in by Javier Steinwasser. Here's some help from Anderos. Tetsane over there. Ludwig is there as well. Ball still pinballing around. They get it out to Francis, who plays it back to Pino. Pino over to Tetsane. Comets now will move it up. Francis, long off the boards for Marquez. Carvalho lifts it out from the area. Mijatovic goes to the seat of his pants, and then Steinwasser clears it. Out to Carvalho. Carvalho with some space. He'll shoot, and that one right across the goal mouth. That could have been a 4-goal lead there for the Wave. That was really close. Now Marquez over to Francis. He'll pull up and play it back to Pino.
5 guys back behind the ball just about every time.
Here's Lennis. Mijatovic trying to draw Milwaukee out just a little bit. Now they get it into Reggett. Reggett marked by Ferdinand. Reggett, couple of comb-overs. Reggett complaining he was being held by Ferdinand. No call. Back to Mijatovic. Now they'll try Acosta. Acosta back for his first game since game number 1 of the season. Got red carded in St. Louis and served a 3-game suspension. Foul called on Acosta. Both Reggett and Acosta not happy with Drew Klemp.
It was the right call. I think there was maybe just a half a second delayed, but free kick Milwaukee.
Now Alvarez will kick it forward, and that one knocked out of bounds by Oscar Flores. Flores was looking for Bennett racing down the right side. Here's another look at that foul.
It was a foul.
Yep. 11:17 to play. 7-4 Milwaukee.
Oh, top of the arc restart coming up against Kansas City. That's a self-inflicted incident there for Chad Vandergriff, and if Milwaukee can capitalize on this great restart opportunity, as you said, partner, 4-goal game.
Unusual error by Vandergriff, 2-time defender of the year. Here's correction, it's going to be Carvalho to Bennett. Bennett shoots, save, made by Ejimadu. A second try by Carvalho is stuffed. Ball squirts out to the right side. Alvarez pounces on the rebound. Boy, Milwaukee getting all of the rebounds, all of the 50-50 balls. Sanchez moves to his right, now his left. Look out, Sanchez! From downtown, bang! And that's the hat trick for Sanchez. Picking up where he left off from last year. This impressive kid can score from anywhere on the field. Look at this.
Think he's going to make the MASL Monday Player of the Week?
I think so. What a goal. That is a thing of beauty.
And it was technical, too. Watch where he hits it on his foot. Just a little bit of a dip. Watch this from behind Ejimadu. Ejimadu's looking. First time he saw it, it hit the net. 8-4 Wave. Whew.
What a player. Well, the hole gets a little bit deeper for the Comets. But you can only get back in this game with one bite at a time.
That happened in a Milwaukee-Kansas City game here, didn't it?
Sure did.
But this is the situation where you'd want to consider going 6 attacker off a restart in your opponent's zone.
Mijatovic up front to Acosta. Bang! Acosta. He gets his first of the year. Comets climb back within 3. It's 8-5.
Good set piece for the Comets. They've been challenged on their set piece delivery the last couple of years. Mijatovic and Acosta just placed it top shelf. It's 8-5. Good job by Acosta not skying that over the goal. Signs of life for the Kansas City Comets.
5th assist for Mijatovic. Acosta, first goal of the season. 8-5, 10 and a half to play in the game. Can the Comets come back? Here's Walls, down to Bennett. That one through the box to Sanchez. Decides to lay it off back to Alvarez. Milwaukee will work their offense into Andre Hayne, the big fella. Plays it back to Walls, now front and center Alvarez. 10 minutes to play in the game. Into the corner for Hayne. Hayne marked by Pino. Leaves it for Sanchez. And a handball. Both teams play on. Milwaukee wanted a handball there. Looked like that one may have gone off Pino. But both teams play on. Willie B forward to Walls. Nice.
Good
nifty
layoff.
play there, yeah, for Alvarez. Alvarez by another player. Alvarez moving to his left. Alvarez off the post. Rebound by Tony Walls, no good. Stays with the Wave.
Really good opportunity there. First for Alvarez, then for Walls. Comets caught a break.
Alvarez sends it right up Main Street. That one touched by the Comets. Get it up to Tetsane. Here's Palmer. Ramon Palmer goes off the boards looking for Acosta, who is bumped down. And Stokic is going to throw the challenge flag. And a challenge that Acosta was fouled.
I don't think so, Nick.
By Oscar Flores. And just that initial replay right there.
Does not
We'll
look like a clear and obvious error.
The call on the field is no foul. Kansas City is challenging for a possible missed foul and blue card. The previous play is under review.
Daniel Radford with the call. And under review. And perhaps we'll get another look at it too, and you at home can decide for yourself. Let's take a look here, Eric.
Step in. I just don't see it. This could be a really quick review.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get anything.
After review, there is a tripping offense committed by number 16 of Milwaukee.
Okay,
Final decision is blue card. 2-minute power play.
Wow.
Shootout.
And a shootout. Wow.
Wow.
So Flores is going to get sent in the penalty box. Shootout for Kansas City.
So we're going to get a shootout.
Dom Francis to take this.
Yep. And here's Dom to bring the Comets to within 2. Willie B waiting for the whistle. Whistle, one touch. Francis buries it. And the Comets are within 2.
Usually when you see the reviews and it's that quick, you think it's not going to be overturned. They overturned that quickly.
Sure did.
Take a look at Francis. Slides the ball, drags the ball to his right, and then comes across Willie B to score 8-6.
Francis, number 5 on the year.
Comets players trying to get their fans pumped up.
The Comets last week on Sunday trailed much of the game against Utica, but hung in there, and in the end were able to come out with a victory. Comets fighting back with 2 straight goals. After trailing by 4, they've narrowed it to 2. Mijatovic heads it back to his keeper, Ejimadu. 8:44 to play in the game. I dare say the next goal could be one of the most important goals in this contest. Ball still loose. Reggett still battling. Carvalho with a touch. Lennis is over there. Sanchez too. Carvalho goes down and a foul called on the Comets.
Everybody scrambling at this point of the game.
That's Mikey Lennox's first foul of the half. Walls plays it forward to Hain. Hain leaves it for Correa, racing down the right side. Vandergriff knocks it away, gets it up to Francis. Francis has Mikey Lennox on the outside. Shot save, Willie B. Francis heads it into open space. Bennett touches it forward.
Good touch there by Ejimadu, not putting it over 3 lines.
Comets with possession. Vandergriff.
And nothing called behind the play. Radford looked at it.
Correa and Francis tangled up. Francis wanted something there. Radford said, play on, boys. 7:41 to play. 2-goal lead by Milwaukee.
And a foul on Francis.
Francis
that might have been a little
payback.
bit of, just a little bit.
Little bit of payback. Francis.
But not enough to get a blue card.
Steinwasser on the center circle. Plays it to his older brother, Javier. Now near side for Alvarez. Alvarez looking far post to Alex Steinwasser. Puts on the brakes and will reverse course. Pass along the boards into the corner. Fans there wanted a handball. Driven in there. That one well wide to the left. Reggett giving chase. Shielding away a defender. Goes down and a foul called on the Wave.
And a blue card.
It's going to go against Tony Walls. Comets are going to go on the power play.
Coming out of the media timeout too, so the Comets have an opportunity to discuss this.
Comets with a chance.
Take a look at the replay here. Battle there with Reggett. Reggett's trying to turn. Here goes Henry Ramirez. And it was off camera. Walls and Ramirez near the boards. Let's see if we can see it from
we'll see it here.
Angle. So it's after this. Here goes Ramirez battling for the ball. And it's the drag over right in front of Radford. Little push there from Reggett. Radford was in a good position on the dasher boards to call that. See if they take the media timeout now or keep playing.
2-minute power play.
We'll keep playing.
Goes to Kansas City. And we will keep playing. So the next... Have that timeout here in a little bit. Comets on the power play. Here is Mijatovic. Mijatovic will go ahead and take it.
Good
and
ball
that one
real.
kicked away. Here's a shorthanded chance. Correa down the right side. He hits the turf, back up again. Off the wall. Good play there by Correa to get it over to Asqueta. Now back to Correa. Out to Escueda. Escueda's got some space down the left side. He shoots.
I think he was going Walla with the pass, Walla score, but nobody made the run afterwards.
Comets trail by 2 on the power play. Here they come. Reggett, Francis, Mijatovic, Acosta, Marquez out there for KC. Coria, Alex Steinwasser, Javi Steinwasser, and Escueda, man down team for the Wave. Here's Marquez battling Javier Steinwasser. Now Correa comes out with it. Correa goes to the ground and a foul called on Rayon Marquez.
Milwaukee successfully killed off more than a minute, and Kansas City has hardly touched the ball. Foul on Marquez.
Kicked up Main Street here and touched to Acosta. Comets have 48 seconds left on the power play. Francis and Reggett come back on. Here's Mijatovic front and center into Rion. To the corner to Francis. Francis up top, Mijatovic. Left footer.
Good
that
block.
one blocked by Steinwasser. That was Javi. 27 seconds left on the advantage. Mijatovic to the corner, Francis. Correction, that was Reggett. Now back to Acosta,
Good
shoot, save. Made by Willie B.
If you're Kansas City, you got to be cognizant of Tony Walls coming out of the box here in a few seconds.
11 seconds on the power play. Foul called on Javi Steinwasser. Comets are going to have a free kick here. Acosta goes off. Tetsane comes on. Mijatovic triggers the restart. 5:11 to play in the game. 9 seconds on the power play. Mijatovic over to Zach. Zach moves to his right. To the corner to Francis. Off the boards. Rebounds to Mijatovic. 3 seconds left. Mijatovic fires. That one just wide. Rebound comes off to Francis. Walls out of the penalty box. We're back to even strength.
Giveaway.
Mijatovic able to take it away before Milwaukee gets the run and a foul. No
call.
foul called.
Nope.
Both teams play on. Correa.
Yep.
Down to the ground. Correa's got the ball between his legs. And now another dust up between these two teams.
So what Marquez is going to say, that should have been dangerous play for trying to play the ball on the ground, but then Marquez came in afterwards. Milwaukee is wanting a blue card on Marquez, and we'll see if we can see it on replay. So this is Correa, falls on the ground, no call. And eventually there's a call as both Mijatovic and Marquez kick at it. A little pushing in both directions there. And we'll see what Misters Radford and Klemp have in mind. Are we going to get our media timeout? We're getting our media timeout.
Well, let's take a break. All right, 4:40 to play. Coming down to the end here in Kansas City. Milwaukee leads it 8-6. We'll be right back. 2 blue cards have been issued, 1 for each team. So it's 4v4 as Ian Bennett goes off the boards and is now racing down the right side. Bennett with 1 goal tonight. Henry Ramirez able to take it away. Henry back with the ball. He's got it in front of him. Henry Ramirez on his horse. Alvarez steps in front. And a foul call on Ramirez. And the
It's a foul.
Comets.
It's a foul.
Faithful vehemently disagree.
You watch it on the replay, it's still going to be a foul. Ramirez, good job there shielding the ball by Alvarez.
There's a handball.
And a handball. They're going to get that.
Comets with the restart now. Oh, somebody said something to Drew Klemp from the Comets bench. And somebody's going to be sitting in the penalty box.
Yep.
And
there is a yellow card on the play for dissent, number 31, Kansas City, 5 minutes.
Christian Anderos
will be without his services the rest of the game.
And he's come up big in the past against Milwaukee.
So 2 players are in the penalty box, Rian Marquez and Christian Anderos.
And you're starting to run out of time for 6th attacker. There's a minute 16 left and the twin penalties.
Here's Ejimadu. Ejimadu with a drive.
Good block by Walls there.
Kicked away by Milwaukee. Mijatovic tracks back. 1 minute left on the matching penalties.
Tetsane's getting the 6th attacker jersey ready.
Acosta.
It looks like he's going to come in.
Here's Acosta. 6th attacker is on. It's Tetsane. Tetsane to Acosta. Acosta back to Tetsane. Tees it up, lets it fly. The rebound.
Oh, good ball.
Kicked away. Picked up by Javi Steinwasser. Steinwasser holding it, deflecting away. Alex Steinwasser taps it forward. Now Zach Reggett giving chase. Heading it back into Dom Francis. 2:56 to play in the game. 14 seconds left on the matching penalties.
Bit of scrambling there. Oh, Acosta wasn't.
He was paying attention to the crowd and not the ball, and that turns the ball over.
Now he's going to hustle back, and the clock is ticking.
Marquez back out there, and so is Walls. Here is Alvarez. That pass broken up by Mijatovic. 2:27. 6th attacker still out there for KC. Are they waving for Tetsane to come off? No, they can't right now because Milwaukee's got the ball. Sanchez calling for the ball. They kick it out of bounds. Turned over to Kansas City.
Disagree with the call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube.
Boy, that should have been delay of game on Tony Walls there. Here's Tetsane. Two minutes to go. Mijatovic to Lucas Souza. Lucas Souza.
What a save.
Here's Reggett to Mijatovic. 1:44 on the clock. Comets trail by 2. Mijatovic over to Tetsane. Touch to Reggett. Shoot save by Willie B. And that one kicked long. Tetsane racing back. He'll gather it up. Under 90 seconds to play. Really looking bleak for Kansas City. Here's Mijatovic, rolled into the corner. Oh, Francis tried to hit it first time. Couldn't get enough leather on that one.
If you're Milwaukee.
Yep, timeout.
And there it is. If you are tuning in to watch the Empire Strikers hosting the San Diego Sockers on CBS Sports Golazo, please be patient because we have a minute 8 remaining in the first half of the CBS Sports Golazo doubleheader right here. It's Cable Dahmer Arena. Nick.
Yeah, and as soon as we're done here, we're going to go straight out to the Inland Empire, and we're going to join Philly and Artie and Panda, and we'll get you that game here. It's going to be a good one between those two teams. We've had a good one here tonight. A miracle, I believe, is what it will take here for Kansas City to get this one level. Head coach Stefan Stokic chatting with the boys. Some final instructions here over the next 68 seconds. .108 left to play in the game, 8-6 Milwaukee. Comets have been outshot 37-28 by the Wave tonight. It'll be Milwaukee's ball. Milwaukee looking to go 2-0 on the season. Both wins on the road. San Diego, and it looks like here in Kansas City. 1 minute left. Ejimadu coming off. Tetsane coming on as the sixth attacker. Boy, some confusion there getting Tetsane on the floor. A lot of congestion there by the door. And that burns about 15 seconds off the clock.
A good steal by Steinwasser
steals it, and that's it. Steals it away from Mijatovic. And it's a 9-6 ball game. Milwaukee coming into Kansas City and away with a win. Great game by the Milwaukee Wave.
Good press there, and that's been typical of the Milwaukee game. The entire evening is press, make it difficult for Kansas City to get the ball out of their end and score when you get those turnovers, and they did it.
9-6 is our score. Kicked out of bounds by Kansas City. Willie B will have it. We're going to get you out here to the Empire Strikers and San Diego Sockers. All right, Comets with a flurry of activity in front of Milwaukee's goal. 14 seconds left here. Whistle and a foul called against the Comets. 9 seconds to go. Kansas City will be in action coming up on Sunday. They're going to take on UCFC on the road. Milwaukee will head over to St. Louis to take on the Ambush. 3 seconds left, and that is going to do it, folks. That's the final score. Comets fall, and Milwaukee wins 9-6 over Kansas City. Another chapter written in this storied rivalry. We had a little bit of everything here tonight with some drama and, of course, a lot of good professional indoor soccer. We'll have a quick interview with the player, and then after that, we're going to get you right on out to the Inland Empire with the Strikers and the Sockers coming up.
We're waiting.
Standing by for Lux.
We're waiting for Lux to get a post-game interview. It's always a challenge when both teams are congratulating each other. And Lux is trying hard to identify her interview, which is coming right now.
Okay, she's going to get Sanchez. Let's go to Lux, who has Alex Sanchez of the Milwaukee Wave. Lux?
I'm here with your player of the game, Alex Sanchez from the Milwaukee Wave. Had a hat trick tonight on his second win of the season, only 3 games in. Alex, how are you feeling?
Man, honestly, to start off, amazing team win. I mean, I don't even know when's the last time we beat Comets here at Cable Dahmer. First time in my career even beating them. So just start off with that, just the win itself. It's a great feeling.
It was 2019, so congratulations on that. Now you have another road game before you guys take it home. How are you going to take the energy from this game and, of course, the San Diego Sockers win into the next round?
No, of course. I mean, having Sockers in the first game, both games that we've won so far has been away. Another away game coming up. Just keeping the momentum going, Can't stop here. Got to keep going.
And you have big hopes, obviously, for the home opener?
No, of course. Obviously, we're just going to, game by game, focus every single game. And then just, first we got to focus on ambush. And then we got Baltimore at home.
Congratulations on the win and the hat trick. Alex Sanchez, everybody.
All right, congratulations to the Milwaukee Wave. We will take a break and we'll say goodbye to our CBS Sports Golazo audience. Thank you so much for watching. We'll send you to the Strikers and Sockers. Good night.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we'd love to see you at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
Our menu is handcrafted to have something for everyone.
Everyone.
My favorite, the Butter Burger Deluxe.
Definitely cheese curds.
Chocolate frozen custard.
From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We'll make all your favorites fresh.
Fresh. Fresh, just for you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
With the one in there and almost deflected. Shot in the goal! It is Nacho! Comets win game one! He does their game winner! For the Dudes and for the Zords! And he scores!
And the Milwaukee Wave winners tonight. They get the full 3 points with a win over Kansas City, 9-6. Comets fall to 3-2. Milwaukee improves to 2-0. Boy, how about the Wave, man? They've got a really good start to their season.
Yeah, and to think you would expect them to be favored going into St. Louis on Sunday and maybe come home 3-0 for the Comets. It's a little deja vu from last weekend, not the result you expect in game one, but now you're going to Utica again, and you think that one's a must-win for them at this point.
Yeah, you would think so. The good news for Kansas City is they're going to have 4 straight against their I-70 rivals, the St. Louis Ambush, which the Comets have had some pretty good luck against over the last few games, so maybe they can earn some points that way.
And after they're done with St. Louis, guess who comes back here to Cable Dahmer Arena on January 11th?
I wonder who that could be.
Milwaukee Wave.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what the crowd's going to be like that day? It should be a great game to watch.
Yep. Appreciate everybody watching on 38 The Spot. They are a great partner. Thanks to our Cable Dahmer Arena crew, producer Devin Brower, director Tristan Borelli, replay Noah Lamson, our camera operators Paul Stokes, Drew Snyder, Dylan Pluth, Steve Wagner. For my broadcast partner Lux and Eric Bergerud, I'm Nick Vassos. Good night from Cable Dahmer Arena.